Right here in Lynchburg, Virginia, we have one of the greatest treasures hidden away, not very far from right here in downtown. I'm going to show you where it's at. Follow me. These days, we call these 50-acre woods, located right here in Lynchburg off of Boonesboro Road, Cosby Woods. But during its 70-plus year history, it's been described with many different names, with many different types of services for the community. You know, it started with the Cosby family, who supported the establishment of a neighborhood camp right here in 1950, and it continues to this day. After serving in and surviving World War II, Bev Cosby and his brother Jack wanted to focus their energy on teaching young people the values of peace and love, while in this incredible nature space. Even though deep in the Jim Crow South, in 1954, Reverend Bev Cosby felt called to start one of the first intentionally racially integrated churches in Lynchburg. Right here, Church of the Covenant, which, though separate from the camp, also still continues to this day. Then in December 1960, church member and camp volunteer George Terrell Brumbach helped organize a sit-in with a mixed-race group of fellow college students at the all-whites Patterson drugstore downtown, where he and his fellow students were arrested and sent to jail. The sit-in prompted Reverend Bev Cosby and the other church members to do something that had not been done before in Lynchburg, and that was start an open, racially integrated coffee house. They named the space the Lodge of the Fishermen, and the lodge immediately became a place where young people from all walks of life could gather safely, where genuine conversation and dialogue could take place. And it continues to be a meeting space to this day where all are welcome. And it also continues to be a coffee house through Common Grounds Cafe. Camp Kum-Ba-Yah, later taking its name from the Gullah-based folk song of the 1960s, also became a beacon of hope for racial integration in 1961, when these newly built swimming pools were opened to the residents of Lynchburg as the first public place for racially integrated swimming, right after the city had decided to shut down the municipal pools rather than to integrate them. Bev Cosby and others from LCF, the church, and the camp served Dr. King and his guests a small meal in this quiet place at the Lodge of the Fishermen that day in 1962, before giving his American Dream speech. And why did he come here? Dr. Woods says it best when he says it was the logical choice. Remember, other than the hospital cafeteria, this was the only place that would serve both blacks and whites together. Some from Cosby Woods would even later go on to march with Dr. King from Selma to Montgomery. So this is how Cosby Woods found itself playing its small part in the civil rights movement of the 1960s here in Lynchburg, Virginia. But that's not the end of the story. Our family of organizations continue to advocate for social and racial justice with every opportunity we can. We invite you to Kumbaya. Come by here and pay us a visit. But even more importantly than that, we're all invited to heed Dr. King's invitation to not be silent, to not sit still, and to not sit on the sidelines, because we know that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter.